So let's go through these. So how this framework works is we want to talk about what was the behavior? What did I see happen that I want to give input on? This is not about, I think you think this, or it seems like you are that. This is about specifically focusing on a behavior, right? Because if we're trying to help people grow, we don't belong in their heads. We belong in outside, giving them the input of what we observe. So it should be observable. And then what was the responsive result of that behavior from our perspective? And then we go straight to inquiry, which is help me understand what happened or what's happening or how this works or why. And then conversation about what to do differently, setting goals about what good looks like, exploring how to get there, and then setting expectations for the future. So those are the steps to create bridges. So some tips on creating bridges is that some of the tips on creating bridges are that you can use this model in a wide variety of situations. Here are some I thought of. I'd love to see if any of you have additional ideas, but you can use it real time. Hey, when you just said that, it made me think of this, or that you meant this. I'm not sure that that's right. Let's explore it, right? Is that real-time input? You can even use this for mid-year discussions. So as you prepare for your mid-year conversations, it's a great time to build those bridges. And then also peers or clients and customers. When you said this, I felt this. This, or when you did that, when you slammed the door, I felt this, or it made me think this. Even giving feedback up, you can build bridges because you're following a formula that works really well and creating space for conversation. So let's talk about some tips for you building bridges. So the first one is in identifying the behavior. What's really important here is it's 100% observable. There are no assumptions, right? I saw this. From my perspective, I saw this, right? And it's without judgment. You came in here with a blank attitude is not an observation of behavior. We want it to be very much when you sighed like that, when you rolled your eyes, when you did this thing, that was the behavior. And then we talk about what's the observable result. So not even like I think this, or it made me think this. Own what you think, own your perspective. That's yours. So it doesn't mean that someone is the thing, right? When you roll your eyes, it makes me think, it causes me to think that you don't respect me. And so I'd like to understand what's happening. So then we go into inquiry, and this is what we're going to hit on, kind of how you focus here in a little bit, but this is where we really get into the conversation. Why do you think it's important to get into a conversation? Why do you think it's important to quickly get to inquiry for people?
I think it just clarifies between the two of you that what you experienced is what the person actually intended before you go too far down.
Yep.
In more conversation.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I've been a leader for a really long time. I can't tell you, especially as a beginning leader, when I made all these assumptions and then I found out how wrong I was, right? So, you know, it's you missed the meeting. It makes it look like you don't respect me, blah, blah, blah. And then I find out like they were in a car accident or whatever. So you don't want to be an egg on face person. So getting to inquiry really quickly, help me understand, is a great place to start. Yes, and having a dialogue shows that you care, you want that to help them, and it shows that they matter, right? That you're trying to get out of the place of, because feedback is like, I'm telling you what you should do. Feedback is noisy. This is what I'm observing. I need us to get on the same page about what is going on. So it is curiosity, is respect.